Hi, this is John McMullen. I'm continuing my series here on using HTML5 and CSS3 to build a simple web app. Again, these apps can be packaged to actually be published to a phone for Android, Apple, or Windows Phone. And you can use that using various packaging tools that are available. But right now I'm just getting into the nitty-gritty of HTML5 and CSS3 for building out somewhat of a functional app. So from our previous tutorials, we've gotten to this point to where you can go through and you've got a menu that comes out and you can go to various pages from that menu. This is all using HTML5 and CSS3. There's absolutely zero JavaScript involved. So now that that's built out, let's make this into something that can actually be considered an app. Right now it's just a bunch of text and whatnot, but let's make it something that will actually be helpful for somebody. And how we can do that is I'm going to actually take my one of my favorite bands, the Foo Fighters, and turn it into an app for the Foo Fighters. So say you have a band, or you could take this over to the business side if you have a restaurant or something like that would like to publish an app that just keeps users informed of say your latest albums. If it's in the restaurant industry, you can have your menu up there, any latest specials, anything like that. And you can package all of that into a really beautiful environment. So I'm going to take, we'll start out with the Foo Fighters here. I'm going to change the title of my app to say Foo Fighters. Let me change out my test app for my logo here to say Foo Fighters. Now if you really wanted to get into this and make it a full-fledged app, you might want to put in some graphics, images, and whatnot. But I'm doing this more for speed than anything. So we'll just have the Foo Fighters text up there. You'd probably want to use their logo though, again, if you were doing an actual app. And we're going to set up a few different pages for the Foo Fighters. So we have let's do about the band. I'm going to change, again, I'm changing up my navigation here. We can do discography, and let's put a tour dates page. Let me change my links up here to reference the different pages, tour dates. Alright, so now my navigation, if I were to refresh my page, it's not going to work anymore because I have to update my actual pages, but we have about the band, discography, and tour dates. So a few different pages that you might actually go through if you were looking at a band's app. And now to get these to actually reference the various pages, remember we need to, whatever we have here for the hashtag needs to be set up as the ID for each of the pages. So I'm doing this, so I'll just change these out. So now my 3 pages are about the band, which I'll change the title of the page as well. Discography. It's a hard word to type for some reason. And tour dates. Alright, so this is in my index.html file that I'm changing it. Now if I come through here and refresh my page again, clicking on, hold on, discography. Give me just a second here. I apparently have some sort of an error happening. Fighters, about the band. Oh, I know what this is. We have to go in and update our CSS as well. I'm a genius. Okay. So since we're doing this all again through HTML and CSS, we don't have any JavaScript driving it, so we do need to update our CSS. So I've got my main.css file, and the 3 IDs that we had for home, about, and contact will need to change to match up with what we now have for our about the band, discography, and tour dates. So discography, and tour dates. Here we go. Let's refresh that now. Well, our tour dates worked. We'll probably have a misspelling here on one of these. home the band, yes, about the band. Discography. Discovery. I said that was hard for me to spell for some reason. Discography. There we go. And it's still giving me issues. What is happening here? Oh, I haven't saved my CSS file yet. It's always good to see that other people have issues, right? Oh, that says discovery as well. Wow. There we go. Discography. Okay. About the band and tour dates. So that was a prime example on how to troubleshoot. That's the whole reason I did that. Not really. Okay. So for about the band, let's just, I'm on the wiki page here. We can just grab some text. Again, typically you don't copy and paste from other websites. I'm doing this more for speed of the tutorial, and I'm not publishing this to try and make any money off of it or anything, so it's fine. So I've got the Foo Fighters, American rock band, yada yada yada. Discography. Let's come through their wiki page again. There's got to be a list somewhere here. Here we go. Grab their discography. I'm going to put it inside of a list because that would just look better. Let's build a nice list out of this. There we go. And tour dates. I don't know what their tour dates are, if they have any even. Let's not search for tour dates, let's just make some up. So tour dates, we can come through here and say December. Let's make them do it on Christmas Day. It's just horrible. And they're going to come to my hometown. Not really, though. January 1st. Let's have them do a Texas tour here. That would never happen. Okay. So we've got some various tour dates in there. That's fine too. So this is just, basic. You've got 3 pages set up. I put some content inside of here. We've got about the band, Foo Fighters, their discography. Oh, looks like I missed one there. We've got their discography set up. We have some tour dates in here, and this can be a very basic app for a band and what they need. So coming through here and looking at all the different information, we have about the band, discography, and tour dates. Now, if I wanted to come through here and actually make some of this clickable, I did realize one thing when, like say I wanted a source inside of here. Do href Wikipedia. If I set that up as is, went to about the band, I can't actually click this. I did kind of realize that after I put in my CSS. Right now, let's look at the CSS file real quick. Our nav menu background is set to display block, with the opacity is 0. What that's doing is you have this div that's overlaying everything, and it's got the opacity set as 0. So even though we can't see it's there, it is there. So if I were to set the opacity at 1 and say the background's already black. If I were to set the opacity at 1 and refresh, you can see that it's always there, which is going to be an issue if you're trying to click links. So what I want to do is tell it to display none. And over here on my nav target, when I show my nav background, at that point I can say display block. Set the opacity back to 0 here. Now what's going to happen is I actually have clickable links. So I can go to the Wikipedia page to check out where I got the information from. But when I click over, my navigation background still shows up and looks all pretty and whatnot. So from there, it's all about styling it. It's about putting in some images. You can, simply use image source equals and all that to stick in images where you need to. There are some considerations with different devices and images that I'll get into on another tutorial, but the basics of creating an app is this. You go through, you add various pages, you style it to make it look good. So I personally hate the font that I'm using right now. So you go through and just like any other website you would build out, you can change the font to whatever you would like. Redania, sans serif. And just style it from there. So going through, I know that I've got the H3 element is my title for everything. So if I wanted to set that up to look nicer, I can come through here and say H3. Font size, make it a little bit larger. Font weight, bold. And let's add some padding to the bottom. Okay. So just go through, add in some style to it, add some images, do what you need to, but this is kind of the basics of how to set up the navigation, put multiple pages on an app. And I plan on taking this even further and getting into some APIs with y'all, but this is it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email at simplejohn@gmail.com. That's SMPLEJOHN@gmail.com. And you can always leave a comment below. Thanks a lot.